I am wearing a cat shirt and I am not a cat person. First video that I wanted to upload on this channel, I wanted to talk about this because I know I'm gonna get probably tons of questions. Even when I upload this, I will still get tons of questions about it no matter what, because there's always those people and they probably never seen this. But anyways, we're going to be talking about this, and this is a birthmark. It is not a black eye. A lot of people think it is because of the location of where it's at, and the color, and I guess it does look like a black eye. I mean, I don't know. We're going to be talking about my birthmark. Now, I have got in questions. Basically, there's a bug in here. My whole entire life, well, until I kind of figured what it was, when I was in elementary school, I used to get picked on by classmates and just people on the playground, and mostly on the playground and like recess time. And also I went to daycare when I was younger, so there I also did get picked on a little bit, but it was mostly at school. And I was probably in 3rd, 4th grade, a little bit of 5th grade. A lot of kids used to tease me about my birthmark, and I absolutely hated it. And I talked to my mom when I was about 9 or 10 years old, and if you can hear the noise in the background, it's the AC. But so I was around 9, 10 years old. I talked to my mom and I said, I want it to be removed and I hate it. I do not want it on my face any more longer because kids at school were teasing me all the time, and I just started hating it. And the only thing I knew was to get it removed, so I can just be like every other kid and look like all the other kids, because I was like the outcast a little bit because I was different from the other kids. My appearance was, so I really did not like it. So my mom took me to a dermatologist around 9 and 10, and we talked about getting it removed and stuff, and they said that the only way to remove it would be by laser. Now, they said come back in 2 years, and we'll talk more into detail about it. So, also when I was there, he said, yeah, tons of people come in with birthmarks, and they are very different colors. They can be like a brown, like kind of a brown color, which is a typical kind of birthmark. There's also been red, which I have actually seen, but he said like a bluish greenish was kind of rare, very different. So I guess that's what makes it kind of unique, because it is apparently very rare, so I guess, yeah. And he also said that it could possibly get bigger, or it could, you know, fade away as I get older or start to shrink. So we don't really know what's gonna happen, if it's gonna like cover my whole entire half of my face, or if it will just slowly start to fade as I get older. Now, after he said that, I didn't really think any much of it like getting bigger. I was just, well, I kind of did, but I did not pay attention like all the time, until one day my mom was like, whoa, it looks like your birthmark is getting a little bit bigger. And I was like, what? So it did, mostly on the outer part, of course. It did get bigger. Now my light is kind of like fading the color out a little bit, but it used to be, excuse my eyebrows, I need to get them done, but it used to be like, you can see it used to be like right here. You can actually see where it has been growing, so it's only been about right there, and now it is all the way right here. What are you doing? What do you do? And I don't know if you can see that. Xavier, get out of here. I'm filming. I don't know if you can and I have a pimple right there. Great. You can see it's like right, and it's right about there. So yeah, you can tell like right about here. It's like light, so that means it is starting to grow into my hairline. So it is pushing into my hairline a little bit. There are some days when it can be like really light, and some days it can be like super dark. I guess, I don't know if it's picking up, but it is a little bit pretty dark right now. But it just really depends on the day. It's kind of weird, so sometimes, as I said, it'll be dark and sometimes it would be light. Now, fast forward to when I was 12 years old, I went back to the dermatologist to talk further into getting it lasered removed, and so we're talking about it, but then they're like, oh, since like where your birthmark, where the location of where it's at, it's going to be a little bit hard to laser it off, and it probably won't 100% go away. You'll still be able to see it because of how pigmented it is and how dark and like blue it is, so they won't be able to remove it 100%. So I was like, okay, what's the point of getting it lasered off if it's not going to 100% take it off? So I kind of just threw that out of the picture for a while, and they said, you know, you can also cover it up with makeup, but I was 12, I was not really into makeup at the time. I probably only wore like mascara, and I was too young. I was in like 6th grade then. Was I in 6th grade? I don't know. But yeah, I was too young, and my mom was like, just wait until you get older. So, yeah, I haven't got it lasered off, and also I do not cover it up with any makeup, so I'll just talk about covering it up and stuff like that. Now, I went to tons of like cosmetic places. Like, I went to MAC, I went to Ulta, and I went to Sephora, and I've tried so many different things. Like, they recommended Kat Von D, but that did not work. I don't even think Kat Von D works. Like, I tried covering up my mom's tattoos. It didn't cover up. So I don't know what they're trying to sell. So anyways, I tried Makeup Forever. I tried Tarte. What else did I try? MAC, like I said. But it was so, I did not like it. I mean, it would not, like I said, if it can't be removed by laser, then it won't be able to be covered by makeup. So I tried covering it up, and it was way too cakey because I had to pack on loads of concealer, foundation, and powder just to try to at least make it look super light. And I had to use tons of liquid stuff that you put on your face. So I don't cover it up, and when I go to school, it's just too much of a hassle to cover it up on an everyday basis. And if I do cover it up, it's just like, it doesn't look right to me because it's so much like makeup, and I just don't like having that stuff on my face. And also I would have to balance it out on this side, so I would have to pack loads of makeup on this side. So I was not really a fan of that, so that was out of the picture. So my only option was to stick with it, and that's what I have been doing. I think I got to a certain time. I think I actually did not really mind having my birthmark at all until, I believe, starting in like 7th grade, and that was about 4 years ago. And I did not mind it. I knew that I would get tons of questions, and because people are curious as to what it is. So that is the only thing that I do have to stick with. But other than that, people think it's really cool. They think it's really awesome. They're like, whoa, that's so cool. I'd never seen that before. Stuff like that. So I don't know if it's like really, really rare. I have never met anybody with a birthmark like similar. I don't know if there's anybody like has a birthmark similar to this, but that would be really cool. If you know, if anybody, like if you just happen to watch this video, and if you know anybody, just comment down below, because that would be really awesome to know somebody else that kind of knows what you're going through, and be kind of cool to meet someone that is unique and different just like you. Now, everybody is unique and different in their own way, but me, it's just my appearance that is, and everybody is beautiful in their own way. And yeah, so I just started to like it, well, kind of like it, but I just did not let it get to me. But the only thing that does bother me still, that I am still trying to deal with, I guess, and that is just people staring at me all the time. Now, when I go to the store or the mall, basically anywhere public, I get stared at. Like, when I'm passing by someone, they're just like, but yeah, and I always wonder, like, oh my gosh, is there something like on my face or something like that? And I'm like, oh, they might be staring at me because they think I got in a fight and I have a black eye. But that is something that I'm still trying to deal with, or still trying to get used to, and just trying to live through it. But yes, I believe I covered everything, mostly about my birthmark, like just the basics I covered. So if you guys liked this video, then you should definitely give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of me, then you definitely should subscribe, because I will post videos every week. So I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!